this is another very, very, very intriguing team to me. The win total I saw at one of the, I don't know what betting service it was, but they have the win total set at 7.5 for Auburn. I think your boy is about to go put a little money on that. I feel good about this Auburn team, Mason, and I wish they would have went out and got a transfer quarterback, but you called it early on in this transfer portal class that Hugh Freeze said, that's not like a priority for us. We feel pretty good with what we got, and we'll deal with what we got. Can Thorne level up this year? I feel like we saw him utilize his legs a whole lot better, really, ever since that Georgia game last year. Georgia gave up more rushing yards to Auburn, I believe, than it did anybody else the whole season last year, and it was due to read option quarterback stuff that Georgia had a hard time getting a handle on. So with all that being said, I feel like the Auburn offense is definitely going to take a step forward. I feel like the defense will take a step forward. We'll see DJ Durkin comes in to help coach this defense. The big games that I'm looking forward to: Oklahoma, Georgia, Mizzou, and then you got Texas A&M and Alabama at the end of the season. Texas A&M, I think, is a team that is going to be a lot better really quick. Okay, now that Jimbo Fisher's gone, I think that they're going to be taking a step up. So I think that's a big game there at the next to the last game of the year, November 23rd. But I think the games that Auburn needs to concentrate on winning to make sure that they hit that over on the win total this year, I feel like you've got to take care of your business against Oklahoma. You get Oklahoma at home, that place is going to be absolutely on fire. That stadium, Oklahoma, hell hath no fury on that stadium whenever Auburn is in it. When Auburn is, and they're going to beat Alabama A&M, they're going to beat California, they're going to beat New Mexico, and they're going to beat Arkansas, and they're going to be 4-0. And then the Oklahoma Sooners are going to roll into town, and they might just rattle that stadium right off its foundation. And it's going to be interesting for Oklahoma. You don't have crowds like this in the Big 12, man. You just don't. Now, maybe at the state fair every year when you play Texas, but that's a half and half crowd. That's totally different. You and I have been to neutral site games. It's a totally different atmosphere. This is going to be, that's a big game. I think if Auburn can beat Oklahoma and beat Mizzou, I think they'll hit that 7.5 win total without an issue. What's your thoughts on this Auburn schedule and the Auburn Tigers heading into 24?
Yeah, I mean, we've been really high on Auburn, and I think for good reasons. I look at this schedule, and like you said, I think it's pretty favorable. I think that you've got a few easy games early on, and then you got Arkansas. And Arkansas, I think most people would say that Arkansas is pretty comparable to Auburn right now. Those who maybe don't know as much about Auburn and where they're at as a program right now. But I think that this will be a good opportunity for the rest of college football to kind of catch up on Auburn, right? And then, you win that game versus Arkansas, then you get Oklahoma at home. I think that's a really winnable game for Auburn. And that's the one that would really put them on the map and, wake up the rest of college football for the most part. At Georgia, I think you're going to lose. And then you've got at Mizzou. That's another tough one, but it's winnable. Kentucky is winnable. Vandy, you should win that. Louisiana Monroe, you should win. A&M is going to be a very interesting game, but I think that Auburn has the edge here. They don't have as much talent, but I think that being in Hugh Freeze's second year, whereas it's only going to be Mike Elko's first season at Texas A&M, I'm going to give the edge slightly to Auburn. And then you got at Alabama, and anything could happen in that game. So I'm with you. I think that 7 wins is very doable for this program.
Yeah, and that Texas A&M game, that's next to the last game of the year, and the last home game of the year. So it's going to be everybody's going to dig out of their pockets every little bit of loose change they can get to that football game. It's going to be quite an atmosphere. I think that 8 wins is a given for this team. I don't see them losing more than 4 games. I don't see it. But crazier things have happened, and we know what Auburn's trajectory has been over the last 10 years. It's damn near, if not a national championship, and then the next year they don't make a bowl game. It's unbelievable. I've never seen a more fluid situation, which I think you're going to start seeing more and more with the transfer portal and all that type of thing. But this is all pre-transfer portal. The ups and downs have just been absolutely unbelievable. If they can beat Oklahoma and they can beat Mizzou or Texas A&M, one of the two, or somehow you could beat both of them, that obviously would be even better. But one of those two and beat Oklahoma and take care of business elsewhere where you should take care of business, where you're favored by more than likely a touchdown or more in each of those games, then I think that hitting the over on the wins is an easy task.